Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Controlled chaos.
Controlled Chaos, or
We can make an AI voice do it. That would be on brand for what we've been talking about. It controlled chaos, or even they don't sound like robots. I mean, that's actually they sound like beautiful people. So,
well, speaking of robots, we might as well just kick off with. I find it quite interesting that Disney chose OpenAI as its like AI partner with Sora now, which is that really crazy software where you can put yourself in it. And Disney is allowing Sora, and so anyone, you and I, can use it to use Disney characters.
I don't know anything about this. I know
Sora
nothing about
is
this.
Mitch is obsessed, and he keeps doing these like ridiculous videos. Like he has one where he's like riding a giraffe into the sunset with Shauna.
Wait, is this like an app you use? You put yourself into like these
Sora,
characters? My
yeah,
kids
it's
would
like
love
using
this.
it's like using ChatGPT, but it's called Sora, and it's just you have to like
Sora.
Sora, Sora, and you have to put like I think a picture of yourself. I don't know if you have to talk into it for your voice, but dude,
I want you to know right now that you married your dad. You married your dad because this like screams like your dad putting the bubbles over your dogs, being like, "I want a dog burger, please." Mitch putting himself in these videos, like I mean, this just proves we all marry our dad. Just want to put that out there.
like,
He did have this back then. He wouldn't have to do his little
screwed.
cute draw. He was ahead of time. Ahead of his time with those drawings, though.
But Sora now, which is that like really crazy software where you can put yourself in it. Disney is allowing Sora, and so anyone, you and I, can use it to use Disney characters.
I don't know anything about this. I know
Sora
nothing about
is
this.
Mitch is obsessed, and he keeps doing these like ridiculous videos. Like he has one where he's like riding a giraffe into the sunset with Shauna.
Wait, is this like an app you use? You put yourself into like these
Sora,
characters? My
yeah,
kids would love this.
it's like using ChatGPT, but it's called Sora, and it's just you have to like
Sora.
Sora, Sora, and you have to put I think a picture of yourself. I don't know if you have to talk into it for your voice, but
So right now that you married your dad. You married your dad because this like screams like your dad putting the bubbles over your dogs, being like, "I want a dog burger, please." This just proves we all marry our dad. Just want to put that out there. Off topic, but on
I
topic.
definitely married my dad in many. You're absolutely right.
Our age, me and you, like our age is so interesting to me because we've grown up in a really weird where we didn't have technology, but then we did, and like because we're old millennials. Millennials are supposed to be 1980. I'm 1982, so we sort of like grew
Right.
up with dial up. We grew up with we didn't have Facebook or social media in our childhood, and then like we got older, like Blu-ray was a big deal. DVDs, CD players were even a big deal. I mean, it's just it's so intriguing, and now we're in this world now as like real adults, like middle-aged adults, really in the thick of AI. So we've kind of seen the whole gamut. We were there, like the first computers are kind of like, I mean, like I remember getting that little tiny Macintosh, the black and white one, when I was really young.
I remember
It's just
taking a
interesting.
portable DVD player on an airplane to watch a movie, like, and that was such a crazy thing.
That was fancy.
My dad lent it to me after like
Of course, your dad had it.
obsolete. Of
Of
course, he
course,
did.
your dad had it. I mean, of course.
I agree with you, and we really are lucky, generation wise, of how we have been able to experience like. I mean, the fact that we were around when like Walkmen were. I mean, we've seen everything.
My Walkman, I
Oh my
loved it.
God.
And like we used to make mixtapes. I mean, and it was a lot of work.
Used to
It was
stay to for the radio to come on for a song and then hit record.
Yes.
Remember?
And have to miss the commercials. It took so much love and timing to make and someone made you a mixtape back then, they were either the best friend or the love of your life because that shit was hard.
It was not easy. Having
No.
phone lines in your home and phones ringing and
And then you'd pick up the phone. The best was in my house because I would beg for a second line. Someone will be trying to get online. You pick up the phone, you have to start all over. I'm trying to get on the internet. Like they would yell. I mean, like like all the crazy AOL sounds like, sure. Or like, I mean, that the kids don't know. They don't know. But that is our age. We have been in the Stone Age, and then like New Age. It's such an interesting age to be when you're like in your early 40s. You've kind of seen it all.
And I also have this memory of being at summer camp. I must have been going into 9th grade. And I remember these girls in my bunk getting manila envelope packages, and they'd open them up and it would just be like pages of emails that their friends were sending them over the summer. And I didn't even have email yet or AOL.
I was
I was
running
like, what is this?
postcards back then.
Yep. People would just remember
Wow.
writing like people pages and pages on emails, like how your summer's
Yes.
going. And
I mean, I remember chat rooms. You remember cyber? Maybe it'll be like cyber question mark. That was like the first digital sexual assault
Uh,
of our time.
Chat rooms when you were in high school were hilarious to go into because all people were talking about was, like, disgusting stuff, like
It was
jerk.
all gross, but, like, now it's kinda like I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and compare it to the modern day dating app now. And dating apps,
Yeah,
people are really gross on
yeah,
it, and from my single friends, I don't have a lot left, but the ones I do have say the bots and AI people it's a
it's a
big
big
problem
problem.
now, and you don't even know if you're talking to a real person, like, how fucked up is that?
No, you're right, and I really don't understand the point of that because, like, I get catfishing, like,
Yeah,
you
I get
you
that.
don't like the way you look and you don't wanna hide
Yeah.
it, well, which is never gonna end up well for you, obviously, but unless you just want it to be virtual the whole time. But what's the deal with the bots? Because are you extorting people then for something? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it seems scammy to me, and I do think there is a lot of scam. Yes, there's a lot I mean, we know a lot of scamming involved. I don't know what the exact scam is on the dating apps. I mean, but then going back to our last episode, some people date openly and knowingly date an AI chat person. So I I
Like
don't know, like, and they are happy. So it's just it's very intriguing. I didn't like dating apps back when they were real people. I can't imagine also having to deal with like the fucking chat
I
bots
know
and
that the
AI.
apps are tough in the sense of you can talk to someone for hours and have the best conversation, and then when you meet I'll never forget meeting this guy in person. I don't think he was into me. I wasn't what he was, like, expecting, I guess, from pictures, and he, like, instantly lost interest in me. And man, did I
Yeah.
feel like shit, you know, because I had invested, like, nights and nights of, like, talking with him, and we seemed to
To
get along
me,
so well. It was, like, sad.
like, I don't want a pen pal. Like, are we gonna like and then you'll chat for a long time, have these great conversations, and then you'll just never meet. The guy will ghost or like it's just very strange. Like it's an emotional a push and pull that you like get invested with someone and then nothing, like you said, nothing happens from it. You never I think getting the date alone was always a challenge. You'll talk and then they'll just because there's so many options. You don't know how many people these guys are talking to. He's talking to you and like 20 others,
And you're
you
right
know?
in the sense of, like, a couple days would go by, and you're like, "Okay, when is this person gonna, like, ask to meet me?
Are we
Because
gonna meet or what?
what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I
Like,
don't I don't
why
wanna
are we
be
just are we gonna
out."
chat on the
Yeah.
app the whole time? Like, it just got a little for me, that was just too much. I was like, I don't know.
But it is crazy because I recall one guy too that I talked to a bunch. I even FaceTimed with him because I thought once FaceTiming became more of a thing, I was like, "Oh, that's great to do like a more of
That is
like a
great.
fielding situation before meeting." I still got along with him great on FaceTime. And then when I met in person, it was like for me, instant like not interested. It
Really?
was
Was
like
it physical or just
I don't know. Like that's why like, meeting
interesting?
in person is because he looked like himself. Just something didn't feel good for me. It was weird.
Because you can
Sora.
have a totally different feeling when you talk. I mean, like or it can go the other way where, like I mean, I feel like I've, like, really I mean, well, this is actually the same way. You get really strong feelings for someone through conversation, but then you meet in person, and I don't know what that is. You're right. The energy, something just sorta hits you like, "No,
There's
absolutely
a
not."
show on, Discovery Plus that I've been obsessed with for, like, 10 plus years called 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Even Ryan will watch that one with me.
You know, I've seen every episode, every spinoff, so there's, like, 2 or 3 different spinoffs right now, and honestly, like, I listen to all the podcasts because 'cause they're so good.
They're
Um,
pretty good, yeah.
they are so good, but, I wish you watched it more because I know, like, all the characters so
I
well.
should because I loved it.
Let
I
me
don't know why it stopped.
It's fascinating because it's not there's moments of scriptedness and you can read through that, but the stories are authentic. But there's
Mhm.
one story right now that just started up, and these people have been not dating, married for 7 years, and they've never met. And now on the
Never met.
for the first time.
Wow.
Married for 7 years and never met. Like, why?
That they
What
got
is that?
married and never met?
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
That's completely different than Love Is Blind, which I got into Love Is Blind for a little bit, where you just talk and then you meet. That's not the same at all because these people have actually gotten married and they still haven't met.
It's really
The
strange.
lo the early seasons of Love Is Blind was I thought that was interesting. I got very into that. I loved, like, the getting to know each other and then, like, seeing because it's exactly what you're saying. They're talking, and you can tell sometimes right away when these people meet, they're just like,
Not into
"Nope."
it. And then you have to watch for the next 5 episodes, like,
Yes,
and
but,
kind
like, you can see it in their face. These people aren't they're not actors, or if they were, they're not good actors, but, like, they just immediately it's exactly what you just said, like, you have these great conversations in your pod, which for you is FaceTime and, on the phone, and then you can meet the person, and it's just like this no. I mean, they've never seen each other, so it's a little bit different because you guys FaceTimed at least, but, like, it's pretty crazy how much that shifts.
That show is fascinating to me because of most of the time these people like, meet after however many years, months, whatever. And the chemistry's there. There's one plot line right now with a girl coming from the US. It's called 90 Day the Other Way. And she went to the UK, to England. And she like, you could tell instantly, like there was no chemistry. And they were together for
Wow.
a while and she'd already
Married
met him.
together or just
Not
together?
married,
Okay.
together, and they'd already met and spent time together, but I think there was, like, a 7-month lull of them not seeing each other again, and something changed in those 7 months, which also I get, like, to have some people can do long distance, some people can't, I cannot.
Well, I think some people could do it because if I'm being I mean, I don't wanna, like, but being honest, it's not a real relationship. A real relationship, like, you're able to kinda have your entire life the same and then kinda, like, see someone I mean, it's not what makes relationships hard is the day in and day out. Let's just call it what it is. It is. Like, that's the hardest part of marriage. You're with this person every day. You choose to be with them every day. This is it. Like, so, if your husband or boyfriend or whatever, you see, you don't ever see them, like, how much does your life really change? You don't have to adjust for another person that much.
Okay, well,
Very
anyway, if you get more into that show, I would love to talk about that show more because
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back because I've loved everything I've saw. I mean, I'm talking like old days with like that no neck guy. Remember that
oh,
famous?
Ed, Big Ed,
Yeah,
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 he's so
yeah.
nice. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, there's a new season that just started, it's called 90 Day the Other Way, I think it's season 8. Why don't you kick off with that? There's only 1 episode. Okay, so that's awesome. I was gonna say, on a side note too, and this is not part of the topics, but we don't really need to talk about our Spotify Wrapped, but I just found it very funny, and it clicked for me. I realized my number 1 song was "Ordinary" by Alex Warren, and do you wanna know why?
I know why. You played it nonstop in Cape Cod, like, literally, how many times do you think you played it? It just kept looping, and finally, I remember being in the back being like, "Okay, can we play" like, yes, I like this song. But, like, it was just loop, loop, loop. No shit, it's your number 1 song. Every time that song comes on, I'm, like, triggered a little bit.
Right?
Like,
I
I'm
know.
like, I like it, but I'm like, it was almost like you were putting me in this, like, a torture chamber. Like, "Let me just put this over." Like, I was just like, is this really on again? I mean,
You
yes.
remember when you first heard it, you're like, "Ooh, I like this."
No, I do,
Yeah.
I like it, but I almost think you
No, I
borderline
ruined
ruined
it,
it for
ruined
me,
it. I
but,
ruined it
like,
for all of us.
I
Yeah.
did like it. My Spotify Wrapped just can't be accurate because of my children. Like, I listen like, I
Same, kids ruin it, yeah.
like, I all my kids' song I mean, we listen to so much of that on there, and we listen to good music with them, but, like, I did think it was funny my Spotify age was 80, although that's appropriate. I feel like yours was young, wasn't
No,
it?
mine was 21, it is pathetic and sad, but because of I'm
Yours is
assuming
young.
well, I had some Justin Bieber and, of course, Taylor Swift on there, that didn't help, and that was more me
I
than
did
my daughter, but
yeah, no, not me too. See, that's I would be listening to Taylor Swift too, but, like, I mean, mine was a big fat 80.
how did you get 80 if you have
You
kids?
know what? A lot of my because at nighttime with Charlotte, we listened to a lot of James Taylor. I think it was the James Taylor. The James Taylor is such good sleepy music.
Is boy.
So that was like a big one. So I think that's what did it.
Well, there are some parents out there that literally avoid using their Spotify account with their kids because they don't want their Spotify Wrapped list to
People take the Spotify
very
Wrapped
seriously.
very seriously, and it was actually a very smart
Brilliant marketing.
marketing ploy brilliant, right? Like, they give you the posts, they're easy to share, you can put them up I mean, the whole thing was genius, whoever did that. It's a witty little recap they do. It is very well done. I gotta give it to 'em.
Any company that can collect data on your users and share that as like a PR marketing opportunity is very smart and
Mhm.
creative.
And
I
honest. I kinda like the
yes,
honesty of it because we're always so afraid of, like, "What do you know about me?" But, like, this is nice. Like, here the song they're using the data they collect in a transparent,
right.
making it fun way, and you're right, that is the difference, not like people put those big Facebook posts up like, "Share this post because I don't want my identity taken." I remember those, like it reminds me of chain mail, like chain emails.
Right, or like blink 3 times and
Yeah.
share this with 10 people
"Send
and
this to 5 friends or you're gonna die." It's like, "Oh,
remember that.
yes." Those emails are insane. If you don't share this with 5 people, you're gonna die in 7 days. It's like The Ring.
Also, I've gotten the kids ones in the mail where it's like, send this letter and sign it to like 5 of your kids' friends, and then you'll get a sticker book. I'm like, "I'll just fucking buy a sticker book." Like, what is this?
So I don't wanna
I'm
be
tired of
threatened.
this.
I just feels like a threat.
It feels thready.
It feels
Of
threaty,
course,
and I just, like,
I'll
chain
fucking
mail,
buy a
that's another
sticker.
thing that just showed our old millennial age. That was so an old millennial thing, like, when those used to come through, I was What the fuck is this?
The best
Oh
ones
my
that were
god.
like, "I'm a Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
I'll give you millions of dollars, but first give me 1,000,000."
This was like the OG scams. These are the the primitive
Yep,
steal your identity shit. Except that it's just look how advanced they are now. They could use like your
your
kid's
voice
voice to scam you. I
is
mean, now back
very
then it was just some Nigerian prince who didn't exist.
like, why was it always Nigerian?
I forgot about that until you said it. Like that just brought back a vivid memory.
Nigeria, like,
Um,
breeds, like, remember, because like, Yahoo Boys are from Nigeria? Why do so many scams come out of Nigeria?
it's not fair. Or are we just labeling them? Are we unfairly blaming them?
No, many scams originate due to a mix of socioeconomic factors like high youth unemployment and poverty, combined with the country's strong internet penetration.
Well, those
Wow.
Nigerian princes were trying to get us for years, okay? Those chainmails.
They still haven't gotten us.
Not me. Not me. I didn't forward one of them. I'm not falling for it. I
Yeah, that says that they have a very large population, 175,000,000, and which is larger than Russia, Japan, or Mexico. And since it was a former British colony, English is a language used in government, trade, and education. And it's one of the most prosperous countries in Africa. Political corruption problem. It's a sweet spot for scams.
the only reason I knew about the prosperous thing is my hoity-toity little high school, which had I think maybe 2 African American people in it. It was pretty terrible for that. But we allowed minorities, but one of them was Nigerian prince. Legit, he was an exchange student Nigerian prince. His name was Canoe. And he sat next to me in chemistry and he looked
Ah,
like his skin was stunningly pretty,
beautiful. Oh,
beautiful. He was like a beautiful person. But that's the I mean, he was very wealthy. I'm not saying I do that, but I heard that Nigeria had a lot of money, but a lot of corruption. Yeah, I don't that's true.
um, interesting though. Wow. Well, there you go. Um, okay, so I want to get into now. Of course, we have to get into Diddy. Did
Yeah.
and it's
I
okay.
have not watched the doc yet. I
Okay,
have
that's
not
fine.
watched it yet. I know I need to. But ever since you talked about the 50 Cent, he's just I mean, I'm so intrigued by that hatred and I love his stance. I read an interview recently where he was just like, I don't want people to think that people everywhere in the hip hop world is okay with this. It was such a good quote where he's like, it was so good. I mean, this is I
Wow.
liked him before, but now I love him. He's like, that's why I did this. I don't want people to think we're just yeah, this is cool. It's not fucking cool. I'm not okay with it.
In
I
his
need to watch
round
that doc. Today I'm watching it.
well, I'll talk to you a little bit about it today, but in his rounds of press too, someone, I think it was Sherry Shepherd on our show, was like, um, she said something about, "Okay, is this like a new version of like diss tracks? Like instead of doing a diss track, now you do like a diss doc." But he was like, "I."
This doc.
Isn't that funny? But he was like,
Yeah.
"I don't want people to think like that this is like he." So back
And
to
I'm
what
not getting that vibe from it at all. I'm getting much more I'm standing that this is wrong.
so here's the thing, it's been number 1 on Netflix since it came out. It's
Yeah.
outperforming Stranger Things, which is huge. He's also saying that he has more footage that because of the, like, length of the doc, because I think it's 4 episodes, they had to cut some footage out, so he
Yeah.
says there's more coming on YouTube. So I think
Ooh.
a lot more footage.
I wish you wow.
I know,
Wow.
and I loved, he kills me, like, he's just the doc is getting mixed reviews in the sense of it's very skewed, right? Um, it's really alluding, so I know you haven't seen it, so it basically goes.
Yeah, did you like it? What did you
I
think?
did. The last episode for sure was the best. It goes very deep into, like, him growing up, the kind of person he was, that basically he started his fame off of that big stampede that happened in New York when he was trying to throw, like, a big party, where 9
Mm,
7 or
mhm.
9 people were killed or something.
I remember that. Yeah.
So his,
Or
like,
reading about it.
yeah, his fame essentially, like, the launching pad of his fame was all based on negative things that happened. So that was one, and then the second moment of his career that, like, shot him to serious fame was after Biggie died. He went on one award show, I don't remember which, and he did, like, a tribute and was in
With
all white.
Sting. With
Yeah,
Sting.
every step
Yes.
I take,
That
right.
was a huge deal.
And he was, like, in his white outfit, and, like, that was the moment. So the doc is
Remember that performance. I mean, it was a big deal. I mean,
yeah, we grew up when all
Sting, but with Sting was a huge deal too, with the 2 of them together. It was a beautiful performance.
it was beautiful, but looking back at it and seeing it in the, like, sort of, like, the context of this doc,
It
you're
was a
like,
ploy for him. It was a ploy, yeah,
it seems
100%.
off. So, I guess the question is, which I keep asking myself, hmm, is this an entertaining narrative or is it the truth? Um, you know, there are, like, some celebrities, like, remember Marlon Wayans from the Wayans brother? He was blasting 50 Cent, saying, like, "It's fucked up what he's doing," like, he's alluding to things that aren't true, and he was I guess Marlon Wayans was, like, super close or is super close with Diddy. I mean, there's a if you watch this doc too, so it doesn't go into, like, Kim Porter, it doesn't go too deep into, like, anything with Cassie so much. It really talks about his upbringing, his mom, how violence was sort of at, the the foundation of who he became. But then it goes into the trial that happened last year. And that basically Diddy was paying a lot of money for PR and marketing during the trial, that there were all these pro Diddy bloggers that were swarming the courthouses, and that the information we were all getting was kind of like skewed and weird. And then
I believe that.
they interview a couple of the jury members, and they talk about how, um, it's very clear that, like, he abused Cassie and that was not right, but none of the other stuff was clear. And they were like, "We're not gonna sit here and say he was part of, like, a, you know, RICO sex fueled,
They were really
rebellion,"
trying to get him on all that, yeah.
which yeah,
But I don't think they ever had any, like, real evidence. There's a lot of hearsay. Well,
which
another
is
thing
weird.
50 Cent said, which I agree with, he said that everyone is afraid of Diddy. Like, they're afraid of him. He has a lot of power. And I got that vibe this entire time, this entire trial, that he's got a lot of money and a lot of power. It's the same with the Epstein files. Like, you're able to keep that stuff down if you've got enough money, people with money and power that want to.
Yeah.
And Diddy said, "I am not afraid of him." But that's not
You mean
common.
50,
Like, you
50,
I'm
50,
sorry, yeah,
yeah,
50 Cent said,
yeah.
"I'm not afraid of him," but almost everyone else is. And, like,
I mean, when
so
you
I
think
still
that 9 times, are you afraid of anyone, or 7 how many
yeah,
times
I mean, that's a good point. I almost forgot about that.
are you afraid of anyone?
But yeah, and I think that really holds truth to me. Like, whether or not all this footage is real, whether I don't know, but obviously I will never really know. But I do think he's right about that. I do think this entire thing's been generated by fear and power that he has, the fear of him and the power he has. And he's just like, I don't have that. So that's why I'm not, that's why no one else is speaking up except me.
Thank God for people like 50 Cent, and I never thought I'd be saying this. My favorite thing about him in the past was that he dated Chelsea Handler, which I think is just the most amazing
I loves that relationship. And that
amazing.
makes me like, that added
I
some really
know.
big credibility for him. Yeah.
And Chelsea recently was on some a show, or maybe it was an old clip or something, because I think people were so fascinated that they dated, and she said he is literally one of the nicest people she's ever met.
Believe
So,
that. I don't know why, I just do.
I know, he seems amazing. I'll never get over it's like back to the Fran Drescher thing from last week when she was asked, like, "What do you think about actors, AI actors?" And it's like, what is she gonna say? She loves it. So it's the same thing with one of the news anchors was like, "What do you think Diddy will think of this doc?" He's like, "Oh, he's gonna love it. It's gonna be the best doc he's ever
Wait,
seen."
who said that? Fran?
He's No, I'm making a comparison of, like, how when Fran
Oh,
Drescher was asked about, like, AI actors,
yes,
"What do you think
yes,
of that?"
yes.
Like, who's gonna say, "I love it?"
Yeah.
In the same context, a reporter asked 50, like, "What do you think Diddy's gonna think of this documentary?" Like, what is he gonna
Oh,
say? So he was like,
yeah, yeah.
"Oh, it's gonna be the best doc he's ever seen.
That is pretty
He's
funny.
gonna love it."
I mean, I'm glad he's doing it. If anything, like,
Can't wait to see more.
we know that Diddy did some fucked up shit. I mean, like, that goes without saying. No matter, like, what was blogged or what wasn't, I'm glad that he's speaking out about he's
Same.
bad. He's a bad person. So it's
And
like it
he's
needs to be out there.
certainly did not is not getting enough time, in my opinion. I don't trust him on the streets. Like, I feel, like, very
And
scared that he will
no,
go
he's not
right
getting
back.
enough time at all. He's just gonna go back to his same shit because he's gonna think he's
Weird
untouchable.
behavior, he was built with it. It's not He's always gonna abuse women. I don't think that will it's like he can't help it.
I don't think I think there's a certain time where you can't undo stuff like that, and if you do wanna undo it, it takes so much dedication and work, and this is just the case for truly anything you have. I mean, I thought a lot about this as I've become a parent. Like, emotional trauma, which he obviously has, and then you become physically abusive, the work you have to do to undo foundational stuff, you have to not only really want it, then you have to do it. It's like, being an addict.
Yep.
He doesn't think he has it, so that's out the way. I mean, he's never gonna change.
Well,
He will always abuse women.
I wonder if there has been any shift for him since all this has happened, the of
I
thinking,
feel
"Okay,
no.
I am this, but I can't help it." Like, is there any awareness, or he still feels what he's doing is not that serious? He's gotta understand.
This is my theory on it, but I could be wrong. I think when you get to the level of fucked up he is, the labyrinth of crap you tell yourself is a very big defense mechanism. You can't turn the mirror on yourself when you're that in deep. You can't look inward because it'll kill you. Like so, like it's like the defense. It's like a sociopathic, narcissistic
Like,
thing
you
to
can't
develop.
admit it, because then what?
No, you cannot. You can like
Where do you go
never. And
from there?
I know about this on like I mean personal levels with people I've known in my life, but like
Yeah.
it's kind of sad, but it's more terrifying. But it's very sad. It's like a tragedy where someone will do so much to they can't they have to believe it. It's like at some level they don't, but they can't ever look at that level because then it's like almost like you'll be suicidal in a sense
It's
because it's
easier
like
to
you
live with the earmuffs on and just
yes,
yeah.
much the case. It's like you really do have it's truly a survival mechanism. So do I think Diddy might know on some level possibly, but he will never let himself really know that because he's
You might
too
be right.
far. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a true narcissist, a true narcissist. And I feel like that term is really used loosely, but like a true
it is, yeah.
narcissist, it is, but he really is one in that sense where like there is zero empathy. He cannot look inward. It is from trauma. And most narcissists are formed from childhood trauma. Like it all makes sense why he's like that, but like he will not look, he will, no, he's not going to change. My point is, he's not going to change. He will continue to abuse women and it'll be the same.
I mean, obviously, like, when you grow up, you know, in poor neighborhoods, there's, shootings happening all the time, like, the violence is there, like, it becomes a part of your life, but that doesn't mean that you need to become a violent person, that you need to become a killer. There's
No.
plenty of people that like 50 Cent, been shot,
Yes.
that come out
Yes.
understanding right versus wrong. So for me, this is so much worse than how you're raised. There's something in
Oh, 100%. No,
right?
it's a cop out. No, because we
Right,
all have stuff we're dealing with. And I don't mean to make it sound like it's justified. I mean to make it sound like, yeah, we all it's like that saying of like, yes, there's empathy for that tragedy, but it's your responsibility to deal with it.
right.
It's 100%. I mean, like that's any adult, any person. Like if you don't unlearn or work on those things, then like it is your fault now,
What's
because like
very what's very sad to me though is seeing like his oldest sons, because he has a couple sons, in particular one that is, like above 21, I guess now, that is a part of all this. And even in
oh
I
yeah,
think it was the 3rd or 4th episode, Lil Rod, who's the producer he hired for his Diddy's most recent album, which he was a big part of a lot of the lawsuits. He's in the doc, and this is the first time I've ever seen or heard Lil Rod talk about stuff that you didn't see in the press. Because remember that, like, there were some things that came out, like, he talked about, like, being on a boat and Cuba Gooding Jr., like, sexually harassing him, and there was
yes, yes, yeah,
none of
yeah.
this
I
stuff.
remember the stuff about Cuba.
I
That
know.
kind of went away.
He's
I
kinda
was like,
broken
that's
too, yeah. But,
yeah,
this just goes more into his experiences working with him, and there's some video footage, and there's another, account of, like, something that happened in the recording studio, and then there's also it's very interesting too, because everyone the consensus in the doc too is that Diddy has no talent. And I remember when we first
I
be
don't think he has talent at all.
wait, I know you don't, because I remember when we first became friends and we were both love rap music, and you were, like, super into, like, Kanye and Jay-Z and all that stuff. And I remember, like
No, not Kanye. Only Jay.
okay,
Kanye,
well,
I liked his beats for Jay Z. Very into Jay Z.
okay, well,
Very into
not
Jay Z.
Jay-Z, but my point is
Yeah,
I remember, like, here and there wanting to listen to Diddy music, and you're always like, "He's a terrible rapper," and I was like, "He's
he
not that
is.
bad." But he really is bad,
I
and,
stand by it. If you hear really good rap, like in those days, I was into Nas, Jay Z, Common. He sucks.
you're spot on with that, and, it comes out a lot more where you watch footage of him, and he's just, like, can't get it. Like, it took
He's
7 months
awful.
for him to do, like, a
He's a
song.
I mean, is he
Yeah.
a good producer? Does he get some of that?
He's a party
Yes, but
promoter,
like
that's his shtick.
he's a party promoter.
Yeah,
But no,
he's
he
like
is not. 20-year-old Liz and 43-year-old Liz still feel the same.
the
He's a
same way.
shit rapper. He's a shit rapper.
From a professional standpoint, he reminds me of Dave Grutman, um
Yes.
only not anything to do with their personalities, but to do with Dave Grutman is an incredible promoter. I mean, that's how he
Yeah.
started. He's also a
Yes.
businessman, has restaurants, and obviously
Yes.
live at Fontainebleau. And he's
That's a
obviously has a
perfect comparison. I think that's actually a perfect I think
yeah,
that's a very because I think that Diddy is talented in those ways.
right.
But
That's
no, he's
what
not a
got his fame, was bringing people
100%.
together, and
Yeah.
his
And
big
that's a
whole
talent.
yeah,
That's a talent. I'm not saying that's not what it is. It's just like his talent isn't in the music. He's not a musician or a rapper in the way that he tried to be. But I think he ended up kind of knowing that, to be honest.
yeah, I agree. Alright, well, watch the doc because I wanna hear your thoughts more on that
I will.
before I
It's my
give you
homework,
my thoughts.
guys. It's my
Yes.
homework.
Okay, next topic, because this one also is just going to keep flooding the news, is the most recent image that came out from the Epstein files. Did I want to see if you saw this? It was released today. This
I
is
have
amazing.
not.
One image released today shows what appears to be a bowl of novelty condoms with a caricature of Trump's face. The bowl has a sign saying Trump condom, $4.50, and each condom bears an image of Trump's face with the text, I'm huge. Another showed Trump
What?
6 women with lays whose faces were redacted by the committee, all young women. Others include Steve Bannon and Epstein taking a photograph in a mirror, Bill Clinton with Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell and another couple, and tech billionaire Bill Gates with the former Prince Andrew. Former Harvard President Larry Summers and lawyer Alan Dershowitz also appeared in pictures from the estate. Bam.
I could barely even, I mean, not that none of this is surprising. All these people that you've named, I know were involved, but like,
There are
or I
pictures
just,
of Trump with young women now, and their faces are covered, so you don't know how.
you're not
What is
surprised about
happening?
that. But you're not surprised about that,
Well,
Trump's involvement. Oh my God, Fold. You couldn't possibly think that.
I'm
Okay.
surprised about, I guess, is that Trump is our current president and that this is still coming out. Like, I figured.
How does that even shock us anymore? The guy's a felon. Like,
I
like,
know, but, like, I know, and he was convicted civilly of rape, which people don't wanna
yeah,
admit.
he's like, I mean,
Convicted
like,
civilly, yeah. People don't wanna
it's like
admit.
a huge joke at this point. And yeah, of course, he's the one trying to bury these Epstein files because of this. He's in them. He's all
But
over it.
considering his power and the things that we're seeing now that are quite terrifying, how is he allowing this? That's what I'm kinda like, he
I
doesn't,
don't know.
the pictures are out. He's probably gonna say they're AI.
Even worse, I don't know what it's gonna take for people to like his followers are unwavering. I mean, they don't give a shit about any of the stuff he does. Like, it won't matter. It will not matter, and that's even worse than like
I know,
the alternative.
I know.
I don't at this point. I don't think there's any way to get a huge Trump supporter to not be one. I mean, the only thing that might do it is because the old school like wealthy Republicans don't like paying these high tariffs. They don't. It's the money. The money will get the old school Republicans, but everyone
True.
else,
I'm
you
just,
know,
now the pictures that were released, they're old. So, is that also like I mean, they're old. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's a tranche of 95,000 photos being examined.
oof. God.
Is that not insane?
I mean, you knew Bill Clinton was all over that shit. He was such a pervy hornball.
Bill Gates too.
He's kind of creepy too.
Wait, here's more. There's also depicted in the images, wait, more people to add to the list. Woody Allen.
Oh, well, come on! Like I married his daughter.
Yeah, but still, we also, I know, and that doc on him, there's such,
You know what sucks though? I hate saying this, kind of back into our Kevin Spacey thing, because I think Woody Allen's gross. But damn
yeah,
it, do I like his movies? I like his movies so
no.
much.
It's kind
I
of like
don't.
Michael
Like I'm sorry.
Jackson. Yeah, what do you call that?
No,
Like,
that's different. Michael Jackson, in my mind, did not know what he was doing. Woody Allen knows he's gross. I think Michael Jackson was completely. I really do plead insanity with him. It's kind of how I feel about Roman Polanski. Like I love Rosemary's Baby, and he's like apparently a big creep too. But he can never come back to the U.S.
no,
You know,
but why do you equate those? Because I think for someone like Michael Jackson, like, I get that you're saying insanity, like he had such a fucked up childhood abuse, but like he was doing it to these guys for like
I
decades.
don't know. I get no. It's gross and bad. I just for some reason think he truly that it's different what I'm saying with Diddy, where like they just spin a defense mechanism. I don't think that's what was happening with Michael Jackson. I really don't think he thinks he was doing anything wrong. Was it wrong? Yes, no doubt about it. But I
Mm.
don't think he was like this it's so messed up in a way, this like childhood. I think he thought he was a kid and he was innocent. I really think that. I know that sounds crazy and I'm not justifying any of that behavior. I just think it's a different. He's not spinning a labyrinth of crap. He's
Right.
not doing a defense mechanism. He is just completely off the reservation, crazy that he truly thinks what he's doing is an innocent childlike thing. That was just my theory on it.
So then
He had no child. He was robbed of a childhood. I think like completely.
so were the other members, so was Janet Jackson.
Yes, and I do still stand by the fact that it's your responsibility to deal with those things. So, yes, and Michael Jackson is guilty in that way that you obviously had issues that you didn't deal with. But I don't think he thought he did I don't think he thought it
Then
was wrong.
okay, so then if that's the case, why when asked, "Did you touch these boys at all?" No. Why not say, "Yeah, I did. I love them." Like, if he's so unaware of his actions that they were bad, why wouldn't you have any sense to, like,
Because good question. This is like a lawyer question, and
legal?
this is my
Yeah,
response for that. I think the way that they're asking these questions are making it seem like he was doing something wrong, ill intent, and he does not think he did. So I think that he's like, "No, it was not like that. Like, it wasn't not consensual." It's hard to explain. I just really think in his mind, yes, if he did, you're right. He could have just been like, "Yeah, I've touched them. We love each other." It's like not that would have actually
he was
been
buying
more
a
like
ring
on,
for one of them, like, he thought that they were, like, in love. I mean, so I can agree with you on
yeah,
something. Do you think that I mean, he was very medicated, right? And that's he obviously
yes,
in the doc
very.
trouble for that. Why do you think he was so medicated all the time?
I think that he had severe, severe mental issues. I mean, I can't even. I mean, when it's like anyone else who they self medicate with alcohol or with drugs, like he had to almost go to just an extreme numbness to even. I honestly don't.
What was the
I think what
issue? He was feeling inadequate, unloved? Like, what was the core issue that drove him to be medicated all the time? Because he was rich, could do anything he wanted, had children. By the way, his daughter Paris is, like, stunning.
she is very pretty.
She seems incredible. What
Something about Michael Jackson reminds me of it's more extreme of the Britney thing. He seemed like a caged circus animal for a long time in the Jackson 5. Just like this performance money making. He was the real talent, right? And just like
interesting.
it's like he was a prisoner. I get this like very sad like prisoner. I mean apparently his dad was I don't know if any
Really
sexual
bad.
abuse happened with him, but like
At
really
least
bad,
physical, we know lots of
very
physical,
physically
right? Yeah.
abusive. He reminds me of a circus animal. Like those animals are so abused physically and the way they're made to perform. I think it's like he was a caged animal. It really upsets me, but like I think that's how I feel about him, and I think that that's why he was so heavily medicated. I can't imagine like the
Yeah.
unresolved trauma in his life, and I think that I don't know. It's not really fair to say I have more empathy for him and then not for these others, but it's kind of it's a little contradicting what I'm saying. I just there's something about the Michael Jackson case where I never felt like he really thought he was being malicious. But what he did was completely fucked up. He fucked up other people's lives that now are gonna have to deal with it, you know?
And a point of you never see him mad, yelling, like, there's no footage of this man being mean to anybody, like, there's plenty of
No,
footage of Diddy being nasty, and obviously we see the Cassie thing, but
that
you're
was
right.
that video. God, that video was crazy.
I know. They show it again in the doc because I just feel like we all become so numb to these things, uh,
Yeah.
that we are not quite understanding the brevity of, like, the level of not brevity, the level of, abuse that if you see that in just this one video, imagine what was going on every day.
Like, that should be an exactly. Like, we're only seeing, like that's probably nothing compared to what's been closed door. I mean, he's in a public,
Correct. That was bad,
hallway.
and that was bad.
It was really bad. A hallway, elevator hallway, like, just doing this like it's nothing. Can you imagine what would happen in private? Like, yanking her by the hair? Awful.
I know. It's such a tough thing to, like, try to picture yourself in that position because instantly I say to myself, "If that were me, I would have been, like, kicking and punching him," but, like, no. I mean, I can't be comparing myself because I was not in love with this man. I was not
And we don't know how long this has been going on with her. We know nothing about their dynamics. I mean, she's
right,
probably terrified of him.
probably, and who knows what he was saying to her, right? Like, if you do anything, if you say anything, I mean, that shit's scary. He had
It
so much
really seems like fear was, like, his
right,
biggest thing.
always. Isn't that always
Yeah.
it? Fear.
Yeah, yeah, it is 100%.
Um, yeah, it's alarming. Oh, also in the doc, Audrey, remember from, Danity Kane? How sh Aubrey O'Day? Oh, Aubrey O'Day, right? That's her name?
I
Remember?
don't know who that is.
Okay, she was one of the biggest was that her? I always confuse her with, Aubrey from, Parks and Rec. Aubrey I don't wanna say the wrong name. Okay, Aubrey O'Day. So, Aubrey O'Day was one of the stars of Danity Kane. Do you remember Danity Kane?
Mm, no.
Danity Kane was the big girl group that he created from Making of the Band that got really popular.
Oh, Making of the Band,
Yeah.
yeah.
"You can bite your cherry lips, trying to sound them with a"
Oh, yes,
that was
I
that.
remember that.
That
What a
was
catchy
that was
song.
Right, good song, and then they went on I think that was, like, the first group, and then they shifted. Anyway, she and one other, girl from that group have, law at least one of them has a lawsuit against him. So both women are claiming, like, a lot of abuse toward him. She's been saying for years, Aubrey O'Day, she's been saying for years she knows so much, she can't say, lawyers, whatever. So she's in the dock too, and
Oh,
she reads a chilling message from someone who said they were at the studio, and when she was, like, I guess, like, in the studio, because they were all at the studio all the time, and there's footage of him, like, yelling at them, telling them how they look, like,
yeah,
mean stuff, so you can already tell the
yeah.
guy's mean. This woman is recounting that she opened a door and saw Aubrey on a couch with what the security guard, I think it was, penetrating her, and Diddy doing something else, I can't remember the details, and she literally saying on screen, "I don't remember." She's like, "I don't know if this happened to me. It's possible." She's like, "I can't." So, also, that plays in his
Wow.
drugs, and a lot of these women don't even know what was happening. The other thing I was gonna say too is in
Like
the guy
Cosby.
who what correct,
It's
who is
very
out, and that makes no
I
sense.
mean, it kinda I do think he drugged a lot of these girls. I mean, we
Oh,
know that.
well,
Yeah.
there's also, accounts, with some of the sex workers saying that the stuff that they were having was all laced, and that's how they were.
Of course it was.
He would ask Cassie, "How do you guys do this all weekend and not sleep?" And she was like, "Here you go." They deny it,
They're
whatever, but
freak offs. Yeah, they had freak offs for days and days. You
days
can't
and days.
stay away.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other gross thing too was that one of the sex workers that's in this doc, he said that every time he would come, they would ask him for, like, his, like, semen, and he thought that it was weird, but he just got, like, used to giving it to them, and he found out that Diddy would make Cassie play with the semen. It was like a turn on for him, while they were, like, hanging out, like, drinking it, touching it.
He's so he is fucked up on such a crazy weird level. I mean,
So
I think like I think a lot of people are into I think more people or I think a lot of people are
make it
into really
more.
weird yes, I think a lot more people than anyone is willing to admit are into really weird sex shit. I think it's just a lot of it's internalized, like, with porn or whatever, people are like watching it. I really think this. I could talk about this forever.
I do too, and now guess what? You can buy a fucking 40 printed doll and fuck up that doll however you want.
Yes, yes.
AI.
This is obviously living more outward with it. But I think that most of American men and women too, but mostly men have these real weird sex things that are like inside and needs to come out in some way. I think some people just do it in porn and they're fucking and then go hide and beat off. This was a little more outward with it, but I really think it's a lot of things like this exist. I do. Epstein and the Epstein file, same thing. I mean, it's just a lot of weird sexual shit with guys in power. It's like another level of power for them too.
It reminds me too of, like, just the sexual abuse amongst family members, that there's the statistics that say 30 to 40% of victims are abused by a family member. So,
Hmm.
plays right back into that of, like, it's easy, it's accessible, you have a young person who doesn't know any
Hmm.
better, and 30 to 40% of victims
That's disgustingly high. I
sick.
mean, look at, like, all the religious I mean, the movie Spotlight that was so good, all the religious popes and all those things, I mean, like, it's all over the place. It's a huge epidemic.
It's a huge epidemic, and it's only getting worse because of all the tools people are given now. Okay, on another note, 2 more topics before we head out. I thought this was just a really funny quote because obviously every time we talk, we're gonna have to mention Blake Lively too. A federal
Probably.
judge a federal judge postponed Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's civil trial from March 9th to May 18th, citing the need to prioritize 2 criminal trials. And in my mind, I'm like, "Guys, just fucking settle." Like,
I read that they are settling. As you read that? I read that
read
there's something that
that they're being pushed to settle,
the
not that they are. Are they now?
maybe that's what it was. You're being put like, just settle. Like, I'm completely just so over the situation. Like,
Oval. Yeah, they were
yeah,
directed by the judge to discuss a settlement, that's
just
what it said.
settle. Come on. Like, Blake, get
Wait
out
for
of here.
sources, like, "Thank you," like, that was almost like the judge being like, "Yeah, I've got more important things."
Get a grip.
Right.
Get a
Get over
grip.
your fucking
Like,
selves, right.
yeah, I just
$400,000,000, like, get over
no,
yourself, lady.
get over it. I can't stand it.
I know. Alright, I thought this was really funny. Doctor Phil, who I can't stand, but
Ew, Dr. Phil's gross.
he is gross, however, he's still a big figure. He was just on Bill Maher, and I love Bill Maher. and they were talking about the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, which we never really talked about. And obviously, some
We
people felt
kind of did. We got off topic about her boobs.
we did, and some people obviously felt very strongly about that ad. But I'm gonna.
She was exposed as a Republican. This is the 27-year-old big movie star now. She was on Euphoria here on this network, and I think will be again when that show comes on. And she has the big jeans ad that was controversial. And they reported this like it was a scandal. She's a Republican. I just got to say, this is not where I want America to go. It is not a slur that someone is a Republican.
Oh, it depends on where you ask the question.
Yeah. What do
You ask the question in Hollywood, it's a slur. You ask the question in the Midwest, it's not a slur.
I'm saying it shouldn't be.
It should not be. And
or the other way around.
exactly. But for people to go crazy over that ad and to say that they say she's got good genes, and for them to say that's the equivalent of the Holocaust, that this is the same as all of that, is an absolute insult. 6 million people were killed. 6 million Jews were massacred and murdered, and they equate that to a blue jean ad.
Yeah, I gotta back that up.
Hollywood
Right?
actress. What an
Yeah.
insult! That is ridiculous. I
She's
said,
right.
That
well,
part,
and
though.
buy those jeans for every woman in my family, everybody I know, just to show support. That's an insult.
That's a little creepy.
That was my favorite part. He's like, "That's a little creepy." Now you're now you're
It is,
crossing
but
the line.
he's not wrong about that comparison. I think the jeans thing has gotten a little overblown,
I
to be
agree.
honest.
I
Like,
can understand the context of like where people are coming from, but this is, and I have friends that thought it was foul and disgusting, and they're like, like she should have never done that. I can
didn't
understand.
offend me at all, but I don't know. Everyone's different.
Right. I'm Jewish, so I'm like, if anything, like I should be hit harder on that. But I don't know. To me, she was just doing an ad. I'm like,
That's how
maybe
I
the
feel about it.
wording was poor
I
taste, but like in the context of things, but like she's
She's
just doing
got good
something.
I mean, she does have good genes, if we're talking about I mean, she's known for her
So
physical, unbelievable body, so I guess I just thought it kinda made sense, but no, I hate Dr. Phil, but he's right about that ludicrous comparison.
isn't that crazy? And I love how he tried to give a quick dig though about like, well, it depends where you ask. It's like, dude, no. This is
I hate
just
the way he talks.
I know.
Depends where you ask.
I know. I also hate that like he became famous from Oprah because I love Oprah. And I'm like,
Yeah, I know, Oprah God, he must what the luckiest thing he ever did was meet her.
oh my God. I mean, that's why he is who he is today, because of Oprah.
He is it's 100%. I mean, he's loaded and rich and hugely famous because of her. I don't really hear much about her anymore.
Yeah, I know she has a podcast and she does like a lot of behind the scenes stuff now, I think with like production. But yeah, you're right. She goes in and out of very vocal during the election with Kamala.
She's got, like, her empire now, she doesn't need to be on the ground, like, in her talk shows anymore.
Oh wow, she sold a chunk of her Montecito estate to Adam Levine from Maroon 5 for 17.3 million.
I think I
Interesting.
remember reading that.
23 hours ago. Relationship coach blames over weird. She's 71. Wow.
Yeah, she's been around a long time.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's all about like fashion and with her right now and her favorite things. That's really what's about out right there right now. Okay, last thing on the list is I thought this was very interesting talking about going back to dating in today's world because obviously we don't.
I love this topic.
I know. So there's a term now. Have you ever heard of the swag gap?
Swag gap? I don't know anything. How do you know all this shit?
But I think I just came across this. Okay, let's break that down. Swag is what?
Like, confidence, swagger.
And like clothes, right? Style.
Yeah, like your swag. Yeah, got it, yeah.
Swag gap. The term refers to a fundamental difference in the way that two people carry and present themselves that goes beyond the beauty meets brain dynamic long depicted in popular culture. It's more of an I'm dressed for a cocktail hour and my partner's dressed for a remote work day. And if the cautionary tales on social media are any indication, it's a misalignment that should serve as a flashing signal to get out before someone gets hurt. So there's this one guy that talks, I guess, online, and then that's what went viral, where he was like dating someone. I think he must have gone on a few dates with her. And then they met at a cocktail bar, and he was very into his outfit and like his look and appearance and was excited to dress for the occasion. And she showed up in leggings, Lululemon leggings and sneakers and like a sweatshirt. And he was like, I ended it.
Big difference in personalities, and I will say these days people are just so into the cat. I mean, you saw that thing that came out where like was it like the head of like TSA was like, "Can you guys stop wearing your pajamas to the airport?" Did you read about that?
No.
You didn't read about that? Oh my god, that's all over the news. Basically, like some big airport exec guy was just saying how gross is the way people dress for flights now. Just
Trump
that, like,
in tells Americans to ditch the
yeah, yeah.
pajamas at the
Yeah,
airport. Instead
and
of
it was funny, the people's comments were that, well, maybe, like, saying that we were like, the passengers are being disrespectful, and everyone's like, "Well, you know what? Once your airlines are respectful to us, then maybe we'll give a shit." Like, it was a really funny comeback because it's like, yeah, are you kidding me? Air travel is a complete shit show right now. Like, people are stuck in the airports. You think I'm gonna wear like my fucking pageant dress for that? Like, like no. But back in the old days, you did used to dress up to go on flights. I even remember a little bit of that when I was a little kid, talking about going back to the beginning, full circle, how we've run the gamut. Yes, I remember my mom. I'm talking very little. Like when we got to the airport, you were supposed to kind of look nice, like kind of put yourself together. Like I was always wearing like something like, I was a little girl, so it was different, but like I was in a put together outfit. That would never happen now. If I put my kids on the plane now, I'm dressing them as cozy as I can.
people dressed up in like 3-piece suits and
It
like
was a night. It was a thing to do back then. I was like I don't know
how
if it was like
think of how flight attendants are dressed too. I mean, they still have like their outfits, but even the women like back then, I mean, they had to have their makeup.
they were, well, to be a flight attendant back then was like getting a modeling job. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo, that's one of his most underrated movies, by the way. He should have won the Oscar for that. He's brilliant in it. But Pan Am, that was real. I know that, again, going back to Thrills, and I used to do these stories. I did a story on flight attendants, and I've interviewed Pan Am airline flight attendants. It's an extinct airline now, but back then, they were like, it was just like that. You had to be drop dead gorgeous. It was like an interview it's how you looked and being a model, basically. And that's so the swag gap is funny to me because it's just coming up a lot right now, because the way people dress, and I say people, especially the younger generation, like I see the way people go to like Plant High School near me, like oversized sweatshirts, leggings every day. But it's kind of like the way that young generation dresses now. Like just like, and then like, okay, then like the together moms. I'm not saying I'm a together mom. I'm a type B mom, but like athleisure. We're in athleisure a lot. That's sort of like, like sometimes if I wear jeans to go pick up my kids, I'm like, oh, look at me dressed up.
Same.
Because usually
Yeah,
I'm like this in my tennis clothes or some sort of like athleisure outfit. Like
certainly
it's just
like, COVID and remote work hasn't helped any of this. Like it really
it's true. It's a completely different, and every year, and not that I really truly believe in New Year's resolutions, but I do every year tell myself, I'm like, this is going to be the year where I try and put myself together a little bit more. Like put on because I have this closet full of clothes and I just reach for the same
right,
rash guard shirts,
right.
same shit. And I'm like, what am I even doing? Put myself together. But it's not really going on in this day and age, in this generation. But I did think that airport thing was really funny because I mean, yeah, when I go to the airport now, I actually try and look for like a cute set or like
Hey,
something
not too
like
homely looking. Yeah,
not homeless looking. I do want to look like but like a comfortable set, like something, but some put together, but very comfortable. Like you don't want to wear something binding. I don't even like wearing jeans on the plane that much. If it's a long flight,
there's no jeans on.
no.
No, no, no,
So
no.
I like that you've brought this topic up because it's very interesting. I've never heard swag gap, but like that's funny too. I just got my new subscription to New York Magazine's The Cut. I love The Cut
Yeah, you
stuff.
can bring some topics to us. I don't.
Yeah, I love the writing. It's really funny. And there was stuff like that where like the girls are like, I try and look cute for the date, and the guy just looks like this like stretched out shirt, just looks like shit. And they admit that like they're like, it takes something away. Like I'm like, I kind of like try to make myself, and and this guy, you don't really see it in reverse as much, but that's interesting. This guy was like, yeah, I don't like that. Like you're not leveling up to like we're going on a first date. Well, if
It's,
I'm going
it's
on a
a
first date, I try to look nice.
it's a superficial sign of deeper challenges like that could happen as a dynamic between you as a couple, because it's true. Like if I was married to someone who wore Birkenstocks every day and didn't give a shit how they looked, I would not be with that person. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I just not
yeah,
for me. I mean, it could be definitely for somebody else, just not for me.
yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. But
It
I also
is.
think men these days, or boys or young teens, are way more fashionable or something. I don't know. Back in our day, it was just like Abercrombie t-shirts and cargo shorts. Like that's like
All the time. That's what it
now
was.
accessories and like, I don't know, there's just like a style, a swag, right? Like the shoes could be not laced and the jeans have to have like, I don't know, there's just something
And
different.
I admit, like, I think I don't know how to say this the right way without like I mean, because when I see a guy who's like put together in an effortless way, it is attractive. Like, like it is. It's sexy. Because it speaks more to just that. It's like you are caring about yourself. You're doing those extra things because what you're saying is true. It's not just about. There's something deeper there
Yeah.
about like not taking care of yourself and like not giving a shit. If you don't give a shit that much, what else do you give a shit about?
Feel better. Like I feel more elevated when I dress up a little bit better.
And more productive.
Yes. It's like taking Adderall.
There's something about it that elevates you. Like you're like, I've got some makeup on. I have an outfit on. I'm gonna get some shit done. You're totally right.
Adderall for the body, for the
Ugh,
clothes.
I could use an Adderall right now.
Oh, me too. Get in this home. I know. I know. I took Adderall one time and I was so productive. I'm scared to take it again. That's why I won't take it.
Oh, it's so great.
I
I mean,
know.
I'm not
'Cause
gonna.
I'm afraid I'll
I
get
don't want.
addicted to it.
I don't want to promote drugs on our pod, but man,
Either.
there's what when I was moving, like recently, I like borrowed some Adderall from a friend just because I want. Like I packed my like everything was.
Moving is the best time or like reorganizing things or
This is because when
make
you
it
don't need it, when you don't have a prescription for it, it
right.
hits you like a ton. It's just like, whew.
Oh my God. It's instant.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I
I
know.
mean, yeah, it's speed, but like, so don't do drugs, but like, unless you really have to pack, then you should do some.
If you have like something like really important to get done and you have a deadline and you only have one day, Adderall can be a great solution.
Crush through it. Take a half of one even. You'll get
Yeah.
everything done you need to.
But I will tell you what I really love doing now is taking some shroomies.
Like microdosing
A little bit more
or
than
like a whole, oh, a little bit more. Huh? Okay. Well, how much more fold? I'm just kidding.
chewing on some earthy mushrooms, which honestly make you want to vomit when you try them. But I don't know. There's just this like elevated feeling of like just not giving a shit and like just having more fun. So
You know what? I associate like I used to take a lot of mushrooms in my heydays
really,
of 20s and oh
I
yeah.
never did. Gosh,
I was such a hippie back then. I was going to all those Widespread Panic concerts. That's all you did was like mushrooms. And I always associate it with being like, so I think now you can take mushrooms and be pretty functional. That's why I was calling it microdosing like a little bit. Back when I used to take them, you're just off the planet. Like, so
yeah,
that's kind of how I associate them because that's always how I've taken them, like a mushroom chocolate or a lot of them, and just been like, just gone for several hours.
right.
But now you can do them and like it does give you just a little bit of high vibrations.
Yep.
And that I like. I need to do like that. That's appealing to me. Just a little bit of a high vibration.
See you guys next week. This was super fun. We love, love, love doing this. And hey, we're going to be doing a really fun podcast next year with a fellow podcaster. More to come.
We're very excited. More to come on that. Look for the drop on that. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys.
Guys, see you soon. We are not robots. Goodbye.